Hola, muy buenas a todos, ¿qué tal estáis? Estamos en un nuevo vídeo de Star Wars The Old Republic. Y bueno, continuamos donde lo dejamos. Vamos a ir ahora a hablar con el Capitán Rigel y vamos a ir a lo terminal de nuestra nave para ir ya a al siguiente destino.
My lord, this is the happiest of days. The whole resistance is in shambles. The people's spirits are broken. Balmorra is as good as ours.
They were pushovers. They deserve to be conquered.
The Empire agrees. We cannot possibly thank you enough for your service. Decades we've been trying to win this war, and you've done it in a fraction of the time. Thank you.
Bien, a ver, tenemos aquí unas palabras de armaduras. Voy a coger esta, la del... como en este, que da influencia, por lo que parece eso. Estas cositas. Vale, a ver, ¿dónde está nuestra nave? Warrior, Inquisidor, vale, el que está al fondo del todo. ¿Cuánta pasta tengo? Tengo 26.000. Poquito. Porque a ver, un momento. ¿Esto cuánto cuesta? Cuesta 40.000. Voy a enviar a Kembal. Aquí. A que venda cositas.
Suerpos.
Los correos. Luego iré a verlos. Voy mientras tanto a la nave. Vale. No lo terminan.
I've found the artifact.
Excellent. I trust Major Bessico was a good help. I've traced another artifact to Shadda, but I'm still trying to locate the other two. I'll see what I can learn while you're on Shadda. Now hurry. There can be no gain without haste.
Vale. Saber Staff, Lightsaber. No sé muy bien cuál es. Creo que es esta. Double Blade. Sí. Vale, cojo este sable. Me voy a equipar ya. Es amarillo. Me hace mucha gracia que sea amarillo, la verdad. A ver, voy a hacer una cosita. A ver si me deja. Vale. Me voy a quitar el cristal rojo. Vale. Entonces, ahora. Aquí en el personaje. Le meto aquí. Aquí. Le meto el cristal rojo. Que aparte de que tendré 2 de endurance. Y el sable ahora es amarillo. No. Me está troleando. Le he metido. Vale, es que tengo que darle a aplicar. Aquí y aplicar. Ahora, se supone que tiene que ser rojo. Ahí está. Vale. Otra cosa, mariposa. A ver, ¿dónde están las misiones? Aquí. Vale, vamos a ir a Shadda. Shadda. Y vamos a continuar la historia. Ahora pues lo termino.
Apprentice, you've reached Shadda safely. Good. Don't let the glittering towers fool you. Misery and desperation rule the slums below. And desperation can drive people to many things. Remember that in your attempts to recover the artifact here.
You believe I can use these people's hopelessness against them?
Their need for answers should serve you well. The artifact, a pendant called the Eye of Tulak, belongs to the Sith Lord Palladius. He's lived here many years, converting Shadda's poor and suffering into zealous followers. His own cult.
He sounds like a very cunning man. I admire that.
Cunning, devious, persuasive, yes, and atrociously stubborn. Palladius leads his cult from seclusion, but you can draw him out. I've contacted 2 of his former cult members. They're in hiding now, fearing retribution, but hungry for revenge. They should prove useful.
I'm certain they will.
I have encouraged their cooperation with the assurance that once Palladius is gone, the cult is theirs to lead. Circumstances change, of course. Do whatever you feel is necessary with Palladius and his cult. The artifact is all that matters.
Vale, perfecto. Oh, vamos a ver con quién va.
Ponu insaka weson fram. Ipsik erbai kudana, jaus erbai rojandan, in bise wistai.
If I hear that name one more...
Que le he cagado ahí, que he desaprobado. A ver, you're welcome.
I'm glad you're so happy.
No. A ver, voy a probar con la segunda opción, a ver qué me dice.
I'm not familiar with In or Chebosh.
Ziklaika, redaika ja, wajufna ja katarhida. Mat insok ja, himan kudana, ja ayun pro kumana. Pai power juice, ja af apidun, pata ja sungadras.
Continue to follow me, and I promise those days will return.
Insok ja, himan kundana da ayu pro. Und in amagas kapana, warpan himinam arpai bohavnona.
Bien. Vale, vale. Estamos ya en Shadda. Una ciudad donde reina la corrupción.
Just get out of my sight.
Forgive the unorthodox introductions. Moro Visen, head of special operations for the Imperial Diplomatic Service. I need assistance plucking a thorn from the Empire's side. It should be a trivial task for a Sith, my lord, but I want the world to see your power.
What's the mission?
I was tasked with gathering allies on Nar Shaddaa. Hut clans, corporations, gangsters. But one man has resisted our entreaties. Ukabi is the local leader of the Exchange, a galaxy-spanning criminal organization specializing in high-tech vice. Ukabi and the Exchange refuse to join us.
You want me to convince this Ukabi to change his mind?
We're long past that point. The Exchange spends more money than most governments on spies, slicers, and scientists. Anyone they can't buy, they kidnap. They would have been valuable friends, but Ukabi drugs and tortures my messengers. We need to make an example of him.
Defiance is unacceptable. He should be dealt with.
I want his army decimated, his arms caches looted, his chemical refineries razed to the ground. I want to show a force so overwhelming that no one on Nar Shaddaa will ever deny the Empire again. If you would grant us this favor.
It may serve my purposes. The Exchange will burn.
The exchange operates out of the Corellian sector of the city. Your path of destruction begins there. When you're through crippling the operations, you can find me at my command post. I'll be watching the chaos from my chambers.
Vale. ¿Y esta misión qué es? Es una misión heroica. La voy a dejar aquí. Mira, aquí hay un... Vale, dinero. ¿Esto qué es? Ah, médico. Medical.
In alay matay, gas dal pi matay ulpaz, in alay uspulanay.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route.
Aquí está. Sí, aquí está secundario. Voy a
Have a safe
primero.
and pleasant stay.
Bien, nivel 20.
Arstwe kotzay akran, pyrowanans ja lanjantans in ufkunpa.
Oh, Destress, dear brutish Destress. And Riley, so beautiful and intelligent. You were like children to me, which is why it pains me to do this.
You can cut the act, Palladius. You never cared about any of your children.
We don't need a tyrant for a father.
Ah, well said. Marvelous last words. Truly, I expected nothing less, which is what makes this so hard. Now, if you'll excuse me, my other children would like to play with you.
Bien, hora de matar.
Afragiban.
What have we here? The cavalry, looks like. Appreciate the help, but I had it under control.
Tagasar Jais in Barks Prize war Tyren Swase Ikbus Karadida.
Easy, Destress. This isn't some holo you're talking to. My lord.
You would be wise to follow her lead.
Course, my lord. Sorry. There was a lady Sith a while back, Darth Zash. Said she'd send someone to help us out. You it?
Palladius has something I need. And if helping you will get it for me, then yes.
Good, because it makes me sick to think Palladius is out there while I'm cooped up in this rat hole.
Palladius built his empire on the backs of the poor. Said he'd save them from their miserable lives.
Said we'd make a mighty sword and strike against our enemies? It was all lies. It was all lies, but you win the support of the poor, you knock Palladius's legs out from under him.
The masses will worship me by dawn.
Get them the way Palladius did. Find the biggest, most vicious gang on the block and crush them. Right now, the gang's the Crates, named after the Crate Dragon on Tatooine. Their leader, Sabin, thinks he's descended from one. Take out Sabin, and the masses will see you as a regular hero.
He'll need to be a dragon if he hopes to stand against me.
With all respect, taking out the crates wins you followers only until the next gang rises up. But there may be another way. A plague called the Rot afflicts the poorest of Nar Shadda's poor. But it can be cured, and the person who does so will be regarded not just as a hero, but as a prophet.
I think I'll stick with what I know best. Murder and mayhem.
The direct approach. I like it. The Crate's lair is in the Corellian sector. Crush their leader, and the masses will take notice.
Bien, pues como veis hemos pasado al siguiente rango de la oscuridad, del lado oscuro. A ver si lo podemos ver un poco más de cerca. Bueno, veis, la cara ha cambiado, ahora somos más malvados. Digamos que ya tenemos las facciones oscuras, que son como sombreado de los ojos y eso. Así que bueno. Vale, ahora tenemos que salir de aquí.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business.
Vale, misión principal y secundaria.
Wesi Vibra Pataka Job Eifrauja Jimans. Apakeban. Matraus.
My lord, I wanted to apologize for Destris earlier. He was out of line.
At least one of you knows her place.
I have a great deal of respect for you. I just wanted you to know that. You radiate a power that Palladius, for all his ranting and demanding, never did.
I don't need to rant. My will is done the moment I think it.
That's what I mean. You are strong, or Palladius only pretends to be. Anyway, if we want to make a stab at taking over Palladius' cult, we need a real headquarters. Somewhere you can speak, hold meetings. I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty of finding a place.
You've done well. Now tell me about this place.
The place is called the Strel House, for a charity worker named Dakin Strel. The people look to him as a leader. He's been dead nearly a decade, but his name still means something. And I thought it couldn't hurt to have his name associated with yours.
A well-known location can't hurt either.
I'd considered that as well. It's both well-known and accessible.
Godoba, please. I have good news.
Do not attempt to dissimulate.
No dissimulation intended. But I wanted you to meet someone. My lord, allow me to introduce the Diplomatic Services allies on Nar Shaddaa, the Shadow Syndicate.
So this is who the Empire's been cavorting with.
I'll show you around the room. Godoba the Hutt, owner of the club Vertica Casino and 5 city sectors. Your ship is docked in his spaceport. Varko Ti, Chomash of the Nar Shaddaa Labor Alliance. There are no better slavers in the galaxy.
A pleasure.
And last, DX-TX, primary hub of the DX Annihilator network.
Your destructive prowess is respectable. Negotiations permitted.
Together they represent key powers. Yukabi and the Exchange could have joined them, but thanks to your strike, we needn't worry about the Exchange anymore.
The Corellian sector is in flames. The Exchange won't be rebuilding.
With all due respect to you and your talents, that may not be so. This woman has lied to you.
What?
She has blundered where many upstarts blundered before. And now, we all pay the price.
What makes Yukabi so great a threat?
I'm sure they're exaggerating the situation.
He's preparing an army of steam-enhanced killers and cybernetically linked assassins.
Detonite droid production has increased.
Ah, very well. If Yukabi won't learn his lesson, then the Empire can handle his dying blows.
Who knew you could have so much fun playing with criminals?
My sources report Exchange death squads on the move. As you destroyed his assets, he'll destroy ours. The promenade, factories, slave pens.
Yukabi is drawing energy for his chemical enhancement facilities. He augments soldiers for battle. He must be stopped now.
I'm not a strategist. Your recommendation, my lord?
Let the Exchange target civilians while we carve out their heart. These enhancement facilities, what are they?
You'll have to destroy the tanks and face their creations.
I'll alert our forces here and keep the Shadow Syndicate in line. We can discuss this when you return.
Esto me vendría bien. Voy a coger este.
In Teufel atrás.
Bien, bien. Están aquí y aquí. Vale, pues bueno chavales, voy a cortar ya aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Like, favorito, suscribiros. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.